Good morning. If you are here for the panel on bailouts and the government of the last resort, bailouts and government as the insurer of last resort. Maybe that was a Freudian slip. You are in the right place. It is good to see all of you this morning. This is, I think, a fascinating subject, fascinating and scary. But we have a wonderful panel, and so we're going to talk about some of these issues today. It seems that the troubles of '07 have turned into the crash of '08, and the summer and fall of 2008 brought us things that we had never seen before. The buyout of Bear Stearns, the collapse of Lehman Brothers, the sale of Merrill Lynch, the government's rescue of AIG, and convinced that these seriatim bailouts were not enough, Congress was rushed into passing a $700 billion bailout no one had time to read. That exercise in exigency gave a single Treasury official the power to do something. We still haven't quite settled on what that is. And this was after the government's takeover of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and before still more bailouts, this time for GM and Chrysler. So bailout and bubbles have become a way of life for us, and it seems, at least to the uninitiated, that this nasty habit of being capitalist on the way up and socialist on the way down is going to end badly. The economic instability becomes ever more acute. The amount of money needed to cure the system's excesses increases exponentially. The tens of billions that we needed to rescue the savings and loan industry are now the hundreds of billions that we need to save the financial industry. There's been, as far as I can see, only one positive unintended consequence of this financial debacle, and that is that financial writers who used to be quite measured and dry have become passionate and even graphic in their description of our troubles. Tom Woods, in his recent book, Meltdown, says all the Fed has to show for its efforts to date is a weekend at Bernie's economy with sunglasses and Hawaiian shirts on zombie companies that are supposed to give an impression of life and health. But the best one, I think, everybody's favorite, came from Matt Taibbi. His memorable trope in the July issue of Rolling Stone describing Goldman Sachs, whose proteges are all over the administration and the Treasury, as, quote, a great vampire squid wrapped around the face of humanity, relentlessly jamming its blood funnel into anything that smells like money. And people in a position to know say that's not much of an exaggeration. Ordinary investors, everyday people like us, have taken a triple hit. We've seen our 401k retirement funds devalued, home values have plummeted, and to add insult to injury, our tax money has now been expropriated to bail out the very folks that we think did this to us in the first place. Feeling like squid food is enough to depress anybody's animal spirits. So anyway, we're going to get a chance to explore some of these issues today. Everybody has a different idea of what happened, and there is no consensus on how to fix it. Were these companies too big to fail or too big to be kept alive? Did the government create too much moral hazard, or was there too little regulation? We are all getting financial wrinkles on our forehead. So I want to introduce to you our panelists, because I think they can help to smooth out some of those lines on our fevered brow. And I should tell you that even though it says Maurice Greenberg, and you see an empty chair here, Mr. Greenberg will be with us by phone, we hope.
Yes, I hope so too.
Okay, so let me introduce the first member of our distinguished panel is Ambassador C. Boyden Gray. He served as ambassador to the European Union from 2006 to 2007 and subsequently served as the special envoy for Eurasian energy diplomacy and the special envoy for European Union affairs. He's a former partner at the Washington law firm of Wilmer, Cutler, Pickering, Hale, and Dorr. And he took time out from his law practice to serve as legal counsel to Vice President George H.W. Bush and as White House counsel when the elder Bush became president. Mr. Gray was one of the principal architects of the Clean Air Act, and he was involved in the creation of the Energy Policy Act and has extensive experience with the use of market incentives to achieve environmental goals. He is widely credited with having triggered the use of market incentives in connection with the phase-out of CFCs under the Montreal Protocol. Mr. Gray is a graduate of Harvard University. He earned his JD from the University of North Carolina Law School at Chapel Hill. And he clerked for Chief Justice Earl Warren.
I'm on the phone.
In between his distinguished
I
academic
hear it. That's
efforts,
fine. It's fine.
he served in the U.S. Marine Corps. Ambassador Gray.
Thank you very much.